All right, guys, let's move on to the next topic. We got the fog phenomenon, right? We everywhere there's been a fog, and there's a bunch of claims coming out. I know you guys have some info on that. Let's dive right into that.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go deep into that. So, over the last couple of weeks, we've had news covering fog all around the world, and it's not just any regular fog. It's thick fog preventing flights from going or coming in. And there's been a lot of TikTok's account, just Instagram's account, people who are just recording themselves and documenting themselves becoming sick over the last couple of weeks, and they're all putting it to be that it might be the fogs that might be doing this. Right now, that part is speculation. It's not been proven. It's not. There's no news covering that, but there is news covering the fact that this fog is around, and is been around for a big amount of time, which is not normal, and especially like it's not just one area. It's like a big amount.
I'm pretty sure we have an article or a video on the plane situations, right?
Low visibility in spots due to some dense morning fog.
Tonight we've got fog along the river and into western Iowa, zero visibility.
Which is being impacted not only by the fog that still seems to be fairly dense at this hour.
Outside Heathrow Airport, the air traffic control tower is barely visible. Emerging from the fog, this plane is one of the flights that made it.
For the last 7 days, the world has been shrouded in a veil of mystery. An unrelenting fog that stretches from the poop-covered streets of Portland, Oregon, to the quietest corners of the countryside. This is no ordinary weather phenomenon. It's a dense, suffocating mist with an unsettling smell of chemicals lingering in the air. Residents in every corner of the globe have reported seeing strange, glittering particles suspended within it, almost as if the fog is alive, hiding secrets within its depths.
Like I said, people are reporting seeing the fog, suffocating, smelling chemicals in the air, the fog itself looking like it's alive, not like free falling, but moving in coalition with the rest. Like it's little pieces of particles.
So people might be looking at us right now and be like, "Oh, these guys are touching on some conspiracies." Or just blabbing about some nonsense and whatnot. But we do have a topic. I mean, an article saying that it's not causing any problems. It's not endangering any people. But then later on, were found that it was causing issues in people's lungs. Correct?
Correct.
So if we want to just pull that up, just so we can kind of see, because like I said, if we're just talking about it without showing any valid, people are just going to be thinking we're just yapping. But no, like this has been done in the past, and it's been an issue. So why is it now that we're like, once again, we're advanced technology, we've been having advancements, what would stop them right now from doing the same thing? Test here, test there, test things out, and let's see what it can do. Test this new technology, this new warfare of doing things.
Yeah. So
right?
are you talking about the Operation Sea Spray, the video?
That's probably yeah.
Okay, it's the 1950 military program, Operation Ocean Spray. That's what they called it at the time. The people did not know. They didn't think it was harmful to the people, and it didn't take long for them to realize that actually it does cause a lot of problems. So, take that.
Right. And that was what year was that, Migs?
1950.
1950. So now we're talking about 75 years later.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, let me know.
Yeah, I see it.
Operation Sea Spray was a 1950 U.S. Navy secret experiment in which Serratia marcescens and Bacillus glabigii bacteria were sprayed over the San Francisco Bay Area in California. From September 20 to 27, 1950, the U.S. Navy released the pathogens off the shore of San Francisco. Based on results from monitoring equipment at 43 locations around the city, the Army determined that San Francisco had received enough of a dose for nearly all of the city's 800,000 residents to inhale at least 5,000 of the particles. On October 11, 1950, 11 residents checked into Stanford Hospital for very rare, serious urinary tract infections. Although 10 residents recovered, one patient, Edward J. Nevin, died 3 weeks later. None of the other hospitals in the city reported similar spikes in cases, and all 11 victims had urinary tract infections following medical procedures, suggesting that the source of their infections lay inside the hospital. Cases of pneumonia in San Francisco also increased after
I hope
serration.
some of this is factual. But the Operation Sea Spray, that is a fact. This did happen, correct, Miggy?
Yep.
Right. So once again, it's just one of those things where if things like this happen, we do have to question it. It's not a conspiracy, and it's not the first time the military complex has done testing on its citizens secretly. The door's been open with policies being signed, bills being signed, where these things are pretty much legal and they don't have to disclose.
Yeah. So I actually got another video, and it's also a government program. It's called the Smart Dust. They introduced it. I'll play the video and then I'll say what I gotta say about it. But
create an invisible network that spans the globe. Today I'm diving into the fascinating world of smart dust, the tech that could revolutionize everything from environmental monitoring to healthcare. So what exactly is smart dust? These are minuscule devices equipped with sensors, communication capabilities, and sometimes even computing power. Picture countless microscopic sensors scattered across a forest, constantly gathering data on temperature, humidity, and even pollution levels. This isn't just science fiction, it's happening right now. Think about the potential in healthcare. Imagine these tiny sensors being used to monitor a patient's vital signs in real time, providing doctors with an uninterrupted stream of data. It could lead to quicker diagnoses and more personalized treatments. Smart dust could even be deployed in disaster zones, offering critical information about structural damage or locating survivors. But it doesn't stop there.
Right. So all these technologies, it could be used for great advancements to, help us in many ways. But then again, these guys, you put in the wrong hands, and then all of a sudden it becomes a weapon. Like you're weaponizing it against the people,
yeah,
and that's where it becomes a problem.
It's the same thing like we were saying. It's back again to the predictive programming, right? Like they put out this stuff knowing it's a controversial topic, and they put it out with the idea to make you think, see the positive side of things, right? So they advertise it as something that's the savior to humanity by making our health care analysis easier, and in disasters a great tool for finding people. Now, like everything, like you mentioned, any tool can be used for good or bad.
Insane. I just want to touch a little bit. Insane how they come up with all these technologies, but things like finding a cure for cancer and shit like that. It's still undiscovered.
It's all about this.
To me, that's
think about how much chemotherapy makes these companies and how much they have to spend on the pharmaceutical side of like keeping their cancer in check. If they got a one-time fix for any industry, if you have a one-time fix, it's not a business. It's not a business.
Okay, but even screw the one-time fix. At least keep people alive. Put them on something that will keep them alive. But the thing is, even the things that they're going in for, they're still not being kept alive.
Yeah, they could.
Arguably.
It
right?
definitely doesn't, like, if they're not doing it, it's because it doesn't profit. 100%, because if they wanted to, they can. And there is ways to cure cancer and all that, but I think we should leave that for like a different section. It's a huge thing.
Let's not get sued.
But like I was saying, so it could be used for good or bad, right? If this tool can find people in disasters, what does that mean? It means it can do surveillance. If it can do surveillance, right, it can surveil us without our knowledge. If you guys saw the picture, it was as tiny to fit on your fingertip. It is small.
But that's not even the it. That's just an AI picture of a small little thing on your finger. The AI, the dust that these guys are talking about is a particle. Like
it's a particle. Exactly.
It's way smaller than what.
And if it can help analyze the body better by going inside the body, that means it can infiltrate us and be inside our bodies without our knowledge. We just have to breathe it in. Maybe those reports people are saying of breathing in stuff and becoming sick over the respiratory system, like maybe it has something to do with this. Maybe it's related to this stuff. But
interesting. I saw a video actually touching on that. I saw a woman there. She was changing her HEPA filter in her house.
Yes.
She got a stack of them, and then she takes out the other one. It's like black. And you can only imagine how many heavy metals and small particulates, larger particulates that were just trapped in there. And if she wanted to, maybe she can go take a sample and test it. You know, start getting to the root cause of this.
Yeah, all of a sudden she commits suicide.
Yeah.
All of a sudden she goes missing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I have on
so-
that.